Hey everyone, Steven here with Team Euphoric, and today I'm going to be taking Michael through the strengthening exercise for the Gluteus Maximus muscle, and more specifically, we are going to be targeting the deep fibers and the middle fibers of the Gluteus Maximus muscle. For this one, we're going to be in a supine position, so you're going to be laying down on your back. And then in terms of the setup position for the feet, I'm going to have Michael flex his hips and knees. He wants his feet hip width apart and his knees hip width apart. This is the typical hip bridge that you will see most people doing in the gym. From this position right over here, we're going to start to set up the spine. Michael's going to maintain retroversion of the pelvis. He wants a flat lumbar spine, flat thoracic spine. He's going to keep his chin tucked in. With the crown of his head, he's going to be pushing in the opposite direction, so he's pushing away from his body. And then to stabilize the scapular girdle, I'm going to have Michael abduct his arms to the level of the glenohumeral angle, and he's going to go into external rotation by having his palms face the ceiling. Now that we're all set up, all that's left to do is to execute the exercise. For the execution, Michael is going to raise his pelvis toward the sky, and he wants to raise it one vertebrae at a time. So he's lifting his L5, L4, L3, L2, L1, and on the way down, he's going to unroll one vertebrae at a time. So L1 touches L2, L3, L4, L5. Another important thing, he wants to go into as much hip extension as possible without losing the retroversion of the pelvis. If you lose the retroversion of the pelvis, you've gone too far. Only go as high as you can that your body's natural range of motion will allow. And then on the way down, you want to go as low down as you can without allowing your glutes to touch the ground. But that's the actual execution. And in terms of the sets and repetitions, you want to build up to 3 sets of 50 repetitions, and that's 5-0, not 1-5. With regard to the repetitions, if you don't want to count to 50, you can take a stopwatch, you can time it, set it for 1 minute, and 1 minute of the exercise would be what you can do instead of counting to 50. But that was the strengthening exercise for the Gluteus Maximus muscle, and more specifically, the deep fibers of the medial lateral portion of the Gluteus Maximus muscle.